joking. Tell me that you're joking.
No.
Oh yeah.
Like, living alone in the UK right now is so expensive.
Bloody hate the UK right now. Seriously, I'm so done with it.
Gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. Oh, we're not gonna take it anymore.
How in 2026 have we reached the point where you can no longer live on one person's wage? How is it that one wage can no longer cover mortgages, rents, bills, car payments, food, petrol? How are single people or single parents with children meant to survive? And I now find myself in that bracket. I obviously have a husband and he's in America. He does help me where he can. Before anybody comments, he does what he can, but he also has his own mortgage and bills and car payments, and he pays for travel. Otherwise we wouldn't be able to see each other. So I am in this alone. I have a mortgage that, once my mortgage deal ran out, went from 800 to 1650. And thankfully, due to the Bank of England and the interest rates falling, I managed to get it down to 1340. But I am now running out of time to be able to pay that each month, along with all the bills.
Welcome to Blighty Blighted, your daily reminder that in the United Kingdom, keeping up with the world now feels like a full-time job, with no pay and plenty of stress. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know how normal people are meant to keep up anymore. Every day it's something new. Bad news, strange headlines, complicated problems, and right alongside it, the cost of living climbing like it's in a hurry. Since around 2020, it feels like the pace of everything has doubled. Prices up, rules changing, uncertainty everywhere. You wake up, check the news, and wonder if you've missed a chapter. And while all that's going on, you've still got to live your life, pay the bills, do the shopping, try to plan ahead, if that's even possible anymore. It's hard to think about the future when the present keeps moving the goalposts. People aren't lazy. They're not uninterested. They're just overwhelmed. Too much information, too many problems, not enough clarity. And when everything feels uncertain, even simple things start to feel heavier.
Comes to probably everything, but as an example, this is very raw. Taxis just landed at Heathrow, and literally for a 4-minute taxi, it's around 1.5 miles. They charge us £30. In Tokyo, I used to take taxis left, right and centre 5, 8, 10 miles. I was nothing close to that. I know it's an airport. I took taxis to the airport as well over there, and it was nothing as ridiculous as this. It's a joke.
If an Islamic country invaded the UK, who would you fight for?
I would defend the country. Why? Because they've got no reason to attack this country.
So are you
and who's going to do? Who's going to do it?
If they did,
Morocco is the nearest Muslim country to this country.
Hypothetical question: is it country first or Islam first for you?
Islam is always going to be first.
Before the country?
No, before me. Before my family, before my kids,
so
before everything.
So for you, Islam comes before the country, which in my opinion makes you dangerous.
No. Because the two can simultaneously exist. I don't not break the law because of the police. I don't break the law because I don't break the law.
But you still put Islam first.
I put Islam before me.
That's fucking mental.
Well, I was created by the creator, the God, Allah. So I'm not going to put... a country is just a country.
So I've just got back from holiday to find that the mortgage market has gone a bit rogue. Average 2-year fixed rate just jumped back over 5% in this week. So if you were waiting for them to hit 3%, I've got bad news. Because global tension is pushing up bond yields and lenders are shiting themselves. So that certain base rate cut that everyone's expecting this Thursday is now a 99% chance of a hold at 3.75%. But don't panic. But don't wait either. If your deal expires in the next 6 months, you need to lock something in now as a safety net. You can always switch it if things improve later. So stop the rate gamble. Tap link in my bio, get in touch with me, and let's lock in a protection deal. Today. What are you waiting for? Are you still here? Go on.
All my bills have gone up. My council tax bill has just come in and it is a 4.9% increase on last year. And when I complain, people say, well, you just need to budget better. Look at what you're spending every month. Look at all your subscriptions that you don't use anymore. I do not live beyond my means. I work really hard. And the reason I work hard is because I want to enjoy life. I don't work to pay my bills. I work to live. I feel the same.
I've just driven 4 hours to a beach to hopefully get some sunshine and dry weather. I've driven to the place that is supposed to be the driest place in England. Guess what? It's pissing down and it's freezing. I got out the van for about 5 minutes with the dogs and we got back in because it was so pissing cold. Oh my god, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Where's the sunshine? If anyone knows anywhere that is warm and dry in this country right now, can you let me know? Because I can't cope with this. I actually can't cope.
Your dog gets sick tomorrow and the vet hands you a £7,000 bill. What do you actually do? Because this is happening more and more across the UK. Vet surgeries used to be local, independent, fairly priced, and now a huge number have been bought up by private companies, rolled into chains, and the prices have just kept climbing year after year after year. The competition watchdog has found that vet prices have been rising more than double the rate of inflation. Things that used to cost a couple of £100 are now thousands of pounds, sometimes tens of thousands of pounds. And the worst part is they know exactly what they're doing, because when your pet is ill, it's not just an animal. For most people, their pets are like family, like their own kids. So when you're stood there emotional, stressed, worried, and they give you a massive bill, what are your choices? What are you going to do? You pay it or risk losing them. I honestly think this is where a line is being crossed up and down the country. That's not just a business anymore, it's taking advantage. I'd generally like to hear your experiences on this. How much have you been charged at a vet's? Have you had any crazy bills or situations where you've felt like you've been backed into a corner? Because finally, it looks like something might be changing here. The watchdog is stepping in, pushing for price transparency, forcing vets to publish their prices, and even capping subscription plans at £21, which to me is a step in the right direction, but probably long overdue, because this whole situation, it feels like pure greed. I post daily from the road. Follow for more.
Julie says, most of them are far too short for someone in their late 40s. They need to be below the knee. Just my opinion, so don't come at me. This was a comment on a video I did where I tried on a lot of dresses from a charity shop. Yes, I am in my late 40s, and yes, some of the dresses were quite short. I'm sure, whilst Julie was typing out this unsolicited advice, she was sitting there in her beige slacks and readjusting her pearls. Firstly, thank you to the 90% of you who were lovely in the comments section on that video. Secondly, the only thing a woman should never wear is the weight of other people's opinions. But that's just my opinion, dear Julie. Don't come at me. And now, I'm going to go out wearing something age appropriate.
Amazing news. I'm going to get £40,000 because I'm leaving the country. Wow. It's made my day until, of course, I've realised that I'm not going to get £40,000 for leaving the country. No, it's not for us, is it? Although we pay all the tax and contribute to everything, we get fuck all. We give it to everyone else who comes here illegally and can't claim asylum, so we give you £40,000. You just see what's going to happen, don't you? If you could go to a country knowing that you're not going to get in, but you're going to get £40,000, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And then you go back to your home country, and then you just do the same thing again and get another £40,000. It just doesn't end. But yeah, time to get out of this place.
What happens if you stop paying your council tax? What happens if you stop paying your TV licence? What happens if you stop paying your water bills? And your gas and electric? Because I've been following a girl on TikTok who has recently made the decision to stop paying all of these. And I've gone in the comments and I'm amazed by how many people have just stopped paying their TV licenses, have stopped paying their council tax, have stopped paying their gas and electric, and they have not been cut off. Same with water, because apparently there's a law in place where they can't cut your water off. But if everybody in the country did that, right, and took a stand and just said, no, we're not paying our bills anymore, think how much more money we'd have as a nation, like as well as people, we'd have more money. But like, we would take the power back off the government, wouldn't we? And I'm just wondering, like, you don't have to answer this, guys, because it's a personal question, but how much does everybody pay for council tax? Because I'm really intrigued to know how much everybody's paying for their council tax, because I think some of the prices I've seen are absolutely shocking. Like, I pay about I think mine's gone up to £111 a month now, but last year it was 170 because I was paying arrears off. Now this year obviously I'm not in arrears, I'm in credit, so it's a bit less. But I mean, that's for a 3-bedroom house in Wales. But obviously we've got places like London and stuff like that where it's extortionate. So yeah, if any of you, I'm just interested, if any of you stop paying those utility bills, and if you have, what has happened to you? Have you been summoned to court? And I just think it would be interesting to see. So feel free to get hit in the comments.
If we carry on going down the path that we are currently on, the price of electricity could fall to 0 and your bills would still need to go up by 20% over the next 4 or 5 years. We have the most expensive electricity bills anywhere in the industrialized world, and that is because of the decisions that government have made about greening the economy. Now, boringly, I think actually it's a very good thing to start greening. I've just bought an electric car. I've gone for it. It is absolutely sensational. But I just don't understand why we need to do it, certainly green the electricity grid, by 2030, if it means that people are being absolutely slammed on their electricity bills because they're having to pay subsidies to wind farms and solar giants and upgrading the grid and carbon capture and storage technology that's there's still a bit of a question mark over, yet £20 billion is being invested into that. You're paying for it now. You will continue to pay for it over the next 4 years. Is that what you want to pay for?
There you have it, everyone. Categoric proof that we are being completely and utterly scammed for our energy bills in the UK. Prices that include so many fees, levies and subsidies.
This is Supreme Alarm reporting for Don Discussion. Excuse me, my friend, how long have you lived in London?
Yeah, 2 months.
2 months?
Yeah.
And are you enjoying your stay here?
No.
You don't like it here, no? Why?
No. It's very like
what would you say it's like?
Like depression's very
depression.
Yeah, much more.
You rather be back home?
No, but it's very difficult to go
What
back.
country are you from, may I ask?
You're from Asia.
From?
Asia.
Where in Asia?
Asia, Pakistan.
Oh, Pakistanian. Yes,
Yeah.
nice place.
Yeah,
And you came here and you're finding it very depressive.
yeah, very.
Do you have any plans of going back home?
No, not right now.
You're gonna stay here in the depression.
Yeah, have to be survive here.
Why not stay in your own country and make money?
Yeah, have to be survive here, then go back to the country after some time.
After a few months.
Yeah, after
Well-
some time, in a while.
Well, look, I wish you the best, and long live the king.
Thank you so much.
Supreme Allah reporting for Don Discussion Media.
Yeah.
Why is it that so many British people are now living in Thailand? Well, it's simply because the UK is finished. The UK is not a place that anyone really wants to be right now. With the way things are going on over there, it's not looking good, bruv. Now, when I was back in England for 4 weeks, there were migrants absolutely everywhere. They had them up in hotels. It was chaos. Now, they were popping up England flags everywhere as well, which I thought was quite good. Like, go on, son, fair play. But as long as you got the right visas and the money behind you, there's no reason why you can't live in Thailand. I know people that have been here for like 10 years plus, so don't listen to the waffle. You see it for yourself. You can do it. And the sad reality of it as well is a lot of people are actually quite jealous. They don't want to see you enjoy yourself, which is a shame really, but as long as you're happy, that's all that matters, bro. So thanks for watching. Double tap and repost. Peace.
Breaking news coming out of the UK. UK citizens are saying enough is enough. Look at that. 1.1 billion in fees not paid for a TV licence in the UK. I've made many videos on this saying I refuse to pay my TV licence. I've received over 25 letters from the TV licensing company to pay my TV licensing fee, and I've said no. And guess what? Millions of other Brits have also said no. These letters enforcing to come in my property because I need to pay TV licence. Well, guess what? British people have woken up. People in the UK cannot literally afford to heat their homes. What makes you think they're going to pay a fee to license their TV? It doesn't make sense. Let's make it affordable to heat our homes and affordable to eat. Then maybe the people of the UK might have a discussion in paying their TV licensing fee. But right now, we've got other and bigger things to worry about than a TV licensing fee. God bless.
Tommy's just rang me. He's been to fill his car up with diesel this morning. Oh, it's shocking. He goes, do you want to know what it was before or after my discount? Me being me, I just want the information like straight away. So I said before. He went, £112. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Now, we've got the same car, but he's got, what is it? He's got a sport brake and I've just got a saloon. But it's the same car, same engine. Now, he's been using Shell V-powered diesel because, you know, it's a nice car and he wants to keep it that way, keep it running to the best of its capabilities and whatnot. I was doing the same. However, when the price started increasing on the diesel, I was like, fuck that, nah, I'm off to the cheap shit, you know. I started to ramble there and give you way too much information you didn't need to know because, you know, ADHD and oversharing and all. So I actually just cut that bit out and then jumped back to it. I'm like, gone back to basics diesel, if you like, smart price diesel. I wish there was such a thing. I mean, he's paid 112 quid today. Well, he hasn't actually. He had some discount on his Shell points, so it cost him £102. But I mean, he fills up weekly because he travels backwards and forwards from his house to my house. And, you know, there's a distance between us. We live an hour away from each other. So it's a bit shit. I am driving to his today, but I've got 3/4 of a tank, so I ain't filling up today. Definitely not. And I know it's as broad as it's long, because once it's empty I've got to fill up, but I'm just not prepared to part with that amount of cash today. But I wouldn't be anyway, because I won't be doing the V-Power. But still, I think standard diesel now is like 185. 185! Like, what the fuck is going on? Anyway, they're having our pants down, aren't they? They're absolutely having our pants down. I am sure he will make some sort of TikTok about it, because he was fuming. Absolutely fuming. I'll just put on the screen now the the messages that he sent me. Now, the voice note that you can see is me absolutely howling, just because it's just real comical with the stuff he comes out with. And do you know what? Like, I know it's not a laughing matter, because the country's a fucking joke, but yeah. Well, it is what it is, isn't it? What can we do? What else can we do? We've got to laugh, because if we don't laugh, we'll fucking cry.
Just seen this. Saturday night, city centre, normal night. Busy, people out enjoying themselves. Some people have been in pubs watching the Moses Tamu fight, socialising, having fun. And then out of nowhere, everything changes. A car drives into a crowd of people in Derby. Multiple people injured, some seriously. A bloke in his 30s has been arrested, and police say there's no ongoing threat, whatever that means. But right now, nobody actually knows why it happens, who this guy is and why he did it. It's absolutely mad, isn't it? A normal night out, normal people, normal street. 1 minute you're walking, talking, laughing. Next minute, absolute chaos. A car slamming into bodies, police and ambulance sirens blaring out, people on the floor seriously injured, confusion everywhere. And it just reminds you how thin the line is between a normal Saturday night out and then that same Saturday night turning into something that you'll never forget. I'll keep an eye on this as more comes out, because right now there's way more questions than answers.
Hi, me again. I really think you people that are so opinionated have really got a butt out of my life, alright? I keep explaining myself because I don't want people thinking bad of me, because I always have an explanation for these things, because I know I'm not doing anything wrong. I understand your explanation, Lynn. This is about how I managed to live here and, you know, on my pension and everything else. We just had someone say that I'm not entitled to pension. Basically, it's not legal, all that. And now we've got someone saying if you couldn't afford the rent in the UK, renting Airbnb is likely to cost more in the long run. Yes, in the long run. But it's not in the long run, is it? We spent 3 months in Mexico, shared between the two of us, not a long-term thing. I saved up for it. I sold my belongings. I sold my mum's belongings at boot fairs and online to make money to go on this trip of a lifetime to be with Pat. Right? Do I need to put it in writing and send it out? Put it in the newspaper? Put it on my forehead? Why do people not listen of how I got the money to go away? Now I'm living in Pat's house for 3 months, right? 3 months. She's not charging me to live here, Airbnb. No, I'm paying for food as well as her. We share the food costs. I've got to eat wherever I am, so it's not costing me any more money, right? The money I saved by selling my belongings paid for half of the Airbnbs when we stayed in Mexico, all right? Anyone doesn't understand that? Oh, God. I was just bashing my head against the brick wall, aren't I? And what has it got to do with anyone else? What has it got to do with anyone else? Where I get the money from? I'm not a criminal. I'm not holding up little old ladies and rummaging through their handbags and nicking their money. I sold my belongings. That's all there is to it. I sold my clothes. I sold my shoes. I sold everything I didn't need just to earn money to go away. It's my right to have my pension. It's my right to do what I like, right? I'm on TikTok sharing my life to the world, but you don't own me. You don't own me, all right? I own myself. So please, cut the crap. Stop coming up with all this crap. And the people that comment, right, this person here has got no followers. No followers at all. It's always people that have got no followers. I don't have people making these comments that have got 60,000, 70,000, 100,000 followers. No, I don't. It's people that have hardly got any followers. So butt out. Get a life, carry on with your own life and stop worrying about other people. And also, anyone else who puts opinions like this on my page, I will instantly delete it and block you, all right? I'm not having this anymore. I'm not having people interfering in my life, telling me what I should be doing, telling me what I shouldn't be doing, and asking questions that is none of your business, okay? I've got some really nice followers out there. Splendid, 100% amazing people out there. And then I've got people like this. I'm not having it anymore. Had enough, all right? Catch you later again.
Fuck my life. We're in a bit of bother with this government. They were on about defence spending in Parliament earlier, and why money's not been spent. And I'll tell you why we can't afford things like defence in this country is because partly illegal immigration is taking up a lot of our resources. That's just one part of it. Another part of it is Labour killing business. They're killing small business. What they're trying to do is tax people into oblivion. And the problem is with that is there's no growth. There's nothing growing. There's companies shutting. Major chains of stores are closing in this country. Billionaires and millionaires are leaving it. It's like rats off of a sinking ship. And this is the issue with it. If Labour want to get the tax they need to control their out-of-control spending, they need to promote business, promote small business in this country, and look after the working people. And they're doing the complete opposite to that. It's a one-way flush down the toilet at the moment. They need to be promoting, bringing business into the UK. And the people who are working in the UK, helping them with tax breaks, not tax hikes, because that doesn't work. All that does is make the unemployment line a little bit longer. They're out of control, this government, totally, and we're in a world of pain. We've got another 3 years of this. I think we're all going to be on our arses. A lot of us are now, but a lot more will be by then. Let me know what you think, guys. I love you all. Thanks for watching.
I've been getting a lot of messages asking me if I was in a documentary called Girls Behind Bars years ago, and I was, and when I get out of there, I eventually got myself clean, and until 7-8 years ago, when I ended up back in prison twice, and I ended up relapsing, but I have been in recovery for the past 3 years. It's not been an easy road at all, but I got there eventually. There was a time that I never thought for a minute I would have, but I got there eventually. I just kept persisting, and I got there. But the moral of the story is, if you're going through the same thing that I was going through, I wish you all the best, right? Because sometimes that's all it takes, is somebody to just wish you luck.
Hey everyone, so first things first, okay? Yes, I really need a haircut. I can't deal with this any longer. However, can you guys remember when I said to everyone, get ready for, like, I don't know, 2 weeks from now, or like the 2nd or 3rd of April, maybe the 4th, but I think that's unlikely. So that weekend, 2nd, 3rd of April, excuse me, get ready for that weekend. Also, let's just rewind. Can I have a rewind? Let's have a little rewind to when I told everyone on the 28th, you know what, even before the 28th, I said, listen, ladies and gentlemen, when these airstrikes go in on the 28th, make sure you use that as a trigger. What do I mean by a trigger? And of course, ladies and gentlemen, this video is for entertainment purposes. For entertainment purposes only. If you want to ask me questions, I'm on the live stream on YouTube every morning at 10 and every evening at 8. What I was talking about is triggers to what's happening right now. I've had quite a lot of messages into my inbox saying, hey Sean, thank you so much for telling us to fill our tanks up, fill our fuel tanks up, and keep them topped up. Now, one of the things I keep saying to people is, you know, everybody wants to buy. I want to buy this prepping gear. I want to buy this. I want to spend stop, right? Everybody stop, play safe, let's look in. For inspection port arms. What I always say is your vehicle, right? If you have a vehicle, that vehicle now is not a vehicle, that is a live ship. Your vehicle, your live ship. And what I mean is, first of all, I've said like many times, going back many years,
I believe we are heading to a scenario where diesel, and this is my belief, I believe we're heading to a scenario where diesel is taken off the markets. Petrol. So if you've got a vehicle, make sure it's topped up. This is one of the things I'm saying, and I've got lots of people inboxing me saying thank you. Keep your vehicle topped up. And look, guys, if you need to go and top your vehicle up now, brim it. Brim it now, because in a couple of weeks, it's going to talk about speculative investments, right? Go and brim your vehicle now. Your vehicle becomes a survival ship, right? Because if you need to get to point A to point B, and you've got no other option, guess what? You're driving. I get it. People have not got cars, and I totally get that. But can you imagine the scenario where everything's gone wrong, everything's gone bad, everything's gone south? Keir Starmer's done something absolutely wild, and David Lammy's now in charge of the country. Yeah, you know what I'm feeling. You feeling me, fam? One time, you feeling me? Yeah, I know you are. So you imagine that scenario, right? And you can't get to the petrol station because there's a huge queue because everybody's trying to get it. So look, what I'm going to say is, I'm not telling you guys what to do. I may or may not do that on the YouTube videos. What I'm saying is, a lot of people have been messaging me over the last couple of days and saying, hey, Sean, thank you so much. Literally, bro, thank you so much for telling people to fill their tanks up on the 28th and to keep them topped up. So brim your tank. And as soon as that needle moves, or as soon as you perceive that needle to move, you brim it again. So right now, that's how everybody needs to be operating, because and once if the fuel stops, then you stop driving. That's the reality, guys. You stop driving, you disconnect your battery, and your vehicle is then your bug out machine. Anyway, as always, guys, I'm running a live stream this evening, 8 o'clock, in the mornings at 10 o'clock. I hope to see you there.
Hello and good morning, darling. You're joining me today on a lovely, terrible day, really. About 1 degree. Thick hat, thick jacket. I'll show you this. Look on these cars, everything is iced up. So that's exactly how mine's going to be. So the first thing I've got to do is obviously get into it. The door's not frozen up. And then get it going. So I'll just get my work bag in there. And then I've got to then do the fun job of de-icing the window. So in neutral, sorry, ignition on, in neutral, foot on the brake. That'll allow you to start it. Then you want the heater on, the window position. And then it's just a case of where the lid was stuck on. Going around with it, so that'll melt the ice. Always make sure your windscreen wipers are not frozen down. Same on the side. Lovely. It's one thing, obviously I'm not going to live in the UK much longer.
Buying groceries shouldn't feel like a strategic decision. But here we are. There's also a lot of noise, arguments, opinions, people talking over each other, and somewhere in all that, ordinary people just trying to make sense of it. You can see why some switch off completely, not because they don't care, but because they simply can't process anymore. It's not ignorance, it's overload. And all the while, the basics keep getting more expensive. So even if you ignore the madness out there, you still feel it at home. The world might be confusing, but the bills are very clear. Most people don't want drama. They don't want constant upheaval. They just want a bit of stability, something predictable, something that makes sense. And at the moment, that feels in rather short supply. Cheerio, and I will see you all in the next video.